Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back into Michigan Ambush Outdoors for this week's video. As you guys can tell from the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about how I film my hunts from above in a tree stand. And really this is a product review on the Hawk camera arm. This camera arm is one that I actually upgraded to last year. The one that I had before, definitely beginner entry level, very cheap. It cost me about 30 bucks. And it required a lot of post editing. This year I was looking for something that was definitely a little lighter, more stable, and just kind of a step up. So this is probably what I would consider the middle of the road when it comes to camera arms. There's definitely more expensive ones. The Muddy is a pretty expensive one, and then also you have your Fourth Arrow, but based on the price I'd consider that more top end. What I like about this camera arm is it's all tubular aluminum as far as the arm itself goes, so it's extremely light. Where you're really getting your weight is from this post here that the fluid head sits on. So you can run this without this post. You just unscrew this fluid head. The fluid head's got an adapter screw on there to get to this bigger size screw, and then you just run this fluid head directly on the base. The only reason that I don't do it that way is I like the extra clearance that the post gives you when doing a pan and tilt with the arm. So you can see that you have plenty of clearance when you're moving your camera. The total kit together weighs about 5 pounds, and that includes the tree base here. So this is the part that would actually strap to the tree. The camera arm slides right in here like this, and then you have the ability to, you know, rotate around. Folded up right now, this is 14 inches, so it fits in my backpack perfectly. And then extended out, you get all the way out to 24 inches. So that's the one downside to this arm, is it is pretty short. When you think about how you have it positioned, it's most likely directly behind you. And you can kind of see in the video that I'm actually struggling to get the camera around to my left side. So if I were to have an animal come on the left side, it would be pretty tough. I'd almost have to wait for him to come directly in front of me if I wanted to get a shot, because if I wanted to capture it on film and shoot with my bow or my gun, most likely the camera is going to be in the way. What else I like about this is the fluid head that came with it is actually pretty nice. It's definitely not top end, but I haven't had any issues with it. It's got a nice locking plate that you can detach with your camera, and it allows you to pan and tilt very smoothly. It is a grease-filled fluid head, so I haven't had any issues with it as far as like cold weather goes. Now jumping to the base, the 4-point base that goes on the tree. Now one thing that I'm gonna have to kind of show you guys on the original picture, and I'll post that up here, you'll see that there was a knob that ran that was actually just bolted in here. So what I did is I actually had my work, I got machinists, and they went in and they basically cut this section in. And the reason that I did that is the strap, what it did was it held that post held that strap, and the way that was configured is it put the ratchet strap directly to my back. So in my opinion, this was really designed for a left-handed shooter, because a left-handed shooter, if they positioned it on this side of the tree, would have the strap come around, and that strap would be up against their back. When I had it, like I said, I would have to position it on the right hand side because I'm a right hand shooter, and that positioned that ratchet strap again directly up against my back. So if you don't have the capability to do a modification to make a clean cut on this base, then you might look at maybe a different option as far as like a tree arm goes. Again, this one was middle of the road. This cost me like 65 bucks, but after that you're really jumping into more of a high-end arm. I think you're probably going to spend twice that if you want to get the upper end Muddy one. And sometimes I've seen them for 200 bucks and over. I know the Fourth Arrow camera arms are in the $300 price point. So to get started filming your hunts, this is definitely a great option, and it's approved by Michigan Ambush Outdoors, that's for sure. So I'm going to continue to run this. I'm going to make one other modification, and depending on how this video does, if you guys have an interest in seeing what that modification looks like after I do it, just leave a comment in the comments below, and maybe I'll put one out afterwards. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one.